Alright, this is a cautionary tale for anyone who decides to go on Myspace to get a cheap lay. 4 months ago, I met this wonderful woman, I suppose, on Myspace. Her name was Courtney. Supposedly, she was from some high school in Lake in the Hills. She was 98 pounds, a cheerleader, blonde, and about 5'6". Me being myself is about 5'7", 5'6"ish. So, this is about the average height, so I won't feel like a fucking little midget. So we're going to go and see a movie. Jumper. That was my second mistake. So I arrive, and she says, through a text message that she's already here. And I'm looking through the crowd here, and nothing's quite fitting the description. I turn to my left, and before I know it, there is a 6-foot Neanderthal named Courtney hugging me. Now, from retrospect, if you were from the crowd, it would have been like a retarded mother hugging her Down syndrome child. So, luckily enough, the line wasn't that long, and we got into the movie somewhere dark. Thank God. But this is where my trouble really began. At this given moment, I was trying to avoid this bitch like the plague. Oddly enough, I'm just sitting there minding my own business, and I feel this fucking death grip. Something not human. So, sitting here, freaking out, I look over, and it's her. And she goes, "Well, if you're not going to make the first move, I thought I would make it for you." And being the gentleman that I am, instead of saying, "Get your fucking hand away from me, you crazy bitch," simply said, "Oh, why thank you. I guess I'm just a little bit shy at this given moment." So as we're waiting, as I'm suffering, watching this movie, trying to fantasize about Anakin Skywalker in any other role, she looks at me, and she goes, "Since I made the first move, why don't you make the second?" And before I know it, she grabs the back of my head and does this suction cup fucking thing where she grabs half my cheek and misses all of my lip. This gives a whole new term to nigger lipping. I've never felt this experience before, but I can only imagine what a Catholic priest is like going at a choir concert. Now, this movie, being Jumper, as you might find from the title itself, they jump all over the place, aka teleport. Now, Courtney, being the wonderful genius that she was watching this movie with great interest. When Mr. Anakin Skywalker jumped to Rome, she goes, in the most sincere voice I've ever heard in my life, "If he's in the United States, why wouldn't he jump to Kansas to escape these guys?" At that given point, I wish I had a gun. Not just to shoot myself, but her and all of her family, because this was a true curse upon humanity. No way in hell could a bitch be that stupid. I was wrong. I think she was trying to redeem herself about 45 minutes into this movie because she was trying to get all cute. See, me being the man that I am, has to bathe myself in about 5 pounds of Axe before I go out and anywhere. Sitting and watching the movie, ignoring her once more, I just hear right by my armpit. Now, either this movie had some wonderful sound effects, or this bitch was sniffing me like a fucking black man with their welfare check. Looking to my right, in sheer horror, I ask her, "What the hell are you doing?" And she goes, "Is that axe that you are wearing?" And I go, "Yes." "Good," she says. "It really turns me on." At this given moment, I realized something else. It wasn't, "It really turns me on," that she said. It was more like, "It really turns me on." So yes, suckering succotash, that's what I was dating. From the sheer horror that I was experiencing, and the attempt to hold myself from strangling a bitch right there in the movie theater, I continued to watch the movie. Thank God, there was only about 20 minutes left. Her being the woman that she was trying to be cute once more and said, "Can I sit in your lap?" And I go, "Of course you can." Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. She not only sits in my lap, but pulls down the seat in front of her and back on her and sprawls out on me like a fucking futon. Never in my day have I met somebody so mentally incompetent and retarded. I've literally fucked pieces of woods with more personality than this. So luckily enough, the movie ends, and my ass wants to bolt out of here. But she asks me one more thing before I leave. "Could you wait with me until my sister comes?" Of course! Wrong! Not a situation to do this. So I'm sitting there in the aisle, holding hands with the Neanderthal like I'm her fucking child. And she looks over out in the distance, and she goes, "Oh my God, that's my ex-boyfriend Luke. He's the captain of the football team. I fucked all of his friends, but I'm not really a hooker." Of course you're not. So, eventually, her sister does come. And before she leaves, she looks me straight in the eye and tells me, "I really liked the movie, but if I could, I would wear your cock like a snorkel." And then she left. And ever since then, I've been on the run. Blocked her on every source of information that you can. And finally want to kill myself. So, as a word of precaution, if you think you can get laid, you probably can. But your dignity will be gone forever. Forever. I don't fucking know how to tell you this. Don't do it. Fuck it. You can jerk off. Your palm is not that much different. This is Ryan Berry with a precautionary tale.